Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another seminar webinar from Milo in Spain. Today, Nick from Granada is joining me. Hi there, Nick. Thanks for coming on board.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. So, Nick, tell us what you do and just introduce yourself.
Right. So, my name's Nick from Granada Estate Agency. I've been working in real estate now for the last 10 years, and I started up Granada Estate Agency about 6 years ago. I've lived in Spain in total for about 18 years. My background is I moved over with my parents, was about 16 years old. My parents were property investors who used to buy and sell properties all over the Granada province. So that's where my background came from.
Well, that's a good background to then set up the agency. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, our agency is located in the historical spa town of Alhama de Granada, which is inland Granada. It's about 35 minutes from Granada city centre. The area that we cover is from the Costa Tropical. So from areas such as you may have heard of La Herradura, Almuñeca, and Motril. And we go all the way up to Barca and Huesca. Okay.
Wow, that's quite a big area you cover. That's the whole province of Granada, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got about 2,000 properties in total, and we've got a lot of different types of properties at different price ranges. So, for instance, we start off at properties for 25 grand for like a renovation project, town or village house, all the way up until we've got our probably most expensive one we've got on at the moment is 7.5 million, which was a palace owned by the Duke of Wellington.
Amazing, amazing. So, Nick, I mean, I know the Granada province quite well. We used to have a house in La Herradura,
Nice.
so that a fair few years ago.
Yeah.
But as a lovely bay there, and loved going to Almuñeca, Motril. Been to Motril a few times as well. Great port down there, some fantastic fish restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
But the beauty of the Granada province is that, and we have done this. You can be in Sierra Nevada in the morning skiing, and then you can come down to the coast in the evening and watch the sunset.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the Granada province. I mean, if you look from where you was in La Herradura to the Sierra Nevada, from there to there, it just to give you an example, it's only really an hour's drive. So you can be on the beach and then you can go up and be on the ski slopes in an hour.
Yeah.
Or you can be on the coast and you can go into Granada city centre in 35 minutes. Since they put in the new motorway as well from the coast, it's a really easy drive. Granada province for me, the way I try and explain it to people is it has something for everybody because you've got the Granada coastline, which is Costa Tropical, and that's protected. The way the Costa Tropical got its name is because it's protected from the northern winds by the Sierra Nevada. So it's always got that tropical climate all year round.
Yeah.
Obviously, Granada city centre is one of the most historically important cities in Spain, with the history of the Sultan living in the Alhambra Palace. The Alhambra Palace is one of the most visited monuments in Spain.
Yeah, because you haven't got that one up for sale, Nick. That's not for sale, all right? But you have got a palace up for sale.
Actually, the palace that we have for sale was built at the same time as the Alhambra Palace.
Wow, amazing.
And it was actually the Sultan's house.
Wow.
The Sultan's villa where he would go to hunt and he would go to rest from the palace.
Wow, amazing. Nick, just go back a minute because I just basically I know exactly where you are in Alhama de Granada. I've been up to the spas there. It's amazing. You can go there in the winter and you can bathe in the spas, and there's no charge for doing so. But just show me. So just show me where's where Alhama de Granada. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Alhama de Granada is just here. We're quite close to the Malaga province, really.
Yeah.
So this is where I actually personally live, and where our office is. Okay, and where I live in between Alhama de Granada and Lake Bermejales, which is just here.
Yeah.
So Alhambra de Granada is, like I say, it's a historical hot springs town. It dates back to Roman times. It's on the edge of a gorge. If anybody's heard of Ronda, Alhambra de Granada is a mini Ronda, basically.
Right.
So it's an ideal area if you like walking, cycling, outdoor activities, history, culture. If you're a countryside person looking for original kind of Spanish area, then this is great.
I mean, so I traveled along, throughout the Granada province. We've acted for clients buying here. So Nick, I know the Granada province really quite well, and especially Cadia, because the Sultan's daughter has a villa there, or had a villa there, and it's now a mini hotel, beautiful sea, beautiful swimming pool overlooking the mountains and the olive trees of Granada. Okay, so that's Granada province. So Nick, how's the market doing at the moment in Granada?
The Granada province. Obviously, there's different parts of it. So I split it into three. There's Costa Tropical, Granada City, and Inland Granada. So I can talk you through all three basically. What I'd like to talk firstly, obviously Granada City. The market is very different in all three areas basically. So in Granada City, because Granada City itself is a university town. Obviously, we have the Alhambra Palace. You've got two people in the Granada City. Okay, it's got obviously, like I said, it's got one of the most visited monuments in Spain. The world famous Alhambra Palace, dating back to the year of the 1200s. Also, Granada City, I don't know if you know this, but it has the best. Last year, it had the best economy for any city in Andalucia. Okay,
I didn't know that.
no, yeah. So there's a massive investment going on in the city at the moment. So I mean, for instance, if you take this for example, renovation projects in the city are going for about €1,000 per square meter. Something that's a property that's been renovated is going for about 1,600 to €2,000 per square meter, and a new build is going for 2,000 to €2,500 per square meter. Again, in the outskirts of the city, so in a suburban area of the city, we've got renovation projects going for €600 per square meter, something renovated 1,000 to 1,500 per square meter, and a new build 1,500 to €2,000 per square meter. 1 second, I'm just going to show you a few examples as well.
So those are quite reasonable prices, Nick, compared to the rest of Spain. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very reasonable. I mean, that's the city. The city is more expensive because it's like London. Do you know, London's more expensive than other places in the UK, isn't it? Because it's a city. So, but in the Granada province, it's so. If we take this for example, this is very central. This property is very central. This is an attic apartment in the city centre of Granada. It's got a terrace. You look out the window, you can see the Alhambra Palace.
Amazing, yeah.
This is 495. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom property, and it's got a garage. Okay,
which is essential in Granada City. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely to have the garage. But this has all been renovated recently. It's on the 9th floor. This is dead center. So I don't know if you know where Recogidas is.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So basically, where you have here, you've got the Granada. Here we've got the Alhambra Palace where it says Albaicin up here. Okay, this is the Albaicin and the Alhambra Palace. This is the center of Granada where the arrow is now. This apartment is here. Okay, so prices here aren't the same as prices over here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, for example, in Albaicin, we've got renovated townhouses, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with views of the Alhambra, which is you pay for that view basically. This is 175 grand. Okay.
Wow.
We've got this property, which is an actual apartment block, a tourist apartment block. So it's 11 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms. and this is on for 1,490. Okay.
So how to
But
say, so that's 11, is that 11 apartments in that block then, Nick? Yeah.
yeah, this is a tourist. This is an apartment block which has been made into tourist apartments with its tourist license. But you've got the views of the Alhambra Palace. This is dead center in Albaicin off Paseo de los Tristes. So, this is like the oldest part of Granada. You know,
Yeah.
the oldest part of Granada city is Albaicin.
Yeah.
Albaicin is the old town within the fort walls of the palace.
Right.
So this is where this is basically. So, but then if you go to some of the outer areas of the city, you can get some really good deals as well. So, but you've got to go into the city centre on the bus or whatever. But these are ideals for people that are like looking at investing for student accommodation, for example, because Granada is a university city. So this renovated apartment, which is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, she's all been reformed. It's on for 159,000, for example, all kitted out. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good price. I mean, my daughter's studying Granada, and rents typically go from 250 to 500 euros a room per month.
Yeah.
And
A room.
yeah.
Oh, you know how it is. Many students, if you buy a 3-bed apartment, each student will pay that per room. So it's quite good. It's a very good city at the moment to invest into, because the property prices are going up since obviously the 2008 crisis. Property prices now are going up quickly because there's a lot of investment going on, and there's a lot of interest at the moment in the Granada city. It's a very upcoming place. But the prices are still good to get in there right now to buy something.
I mean, and so would you say that's one of the bargains, Nick? This property here?
I'd say yeah, but for me, even the one at 650, even though this one at 675 with that view of the Alhambra Palace, that's a bargain to me.
Yeah.
Because I've seen similar properties to this on at 1 million. So wow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it depends which area of the city you want to go. Someone's just looking for a bolt hole that they could maybe rent out and enjoy the city, also rent it out to students as an investment, then something like this is just ideal,
Yeah. No, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And so as a university city, do you get lots of landlords buying properties for student rentals?
We get anything that comes on at a good price in Granada city centre will be sold within a day.
Wow.
That's how the market is.
Okay. So on that basis, when we talk to our buyers, we always talk to them about getting ready for their purchase. So getting your lawyer on board, signing a power of attorney, applying for the NIE numbers, opening a bank account, and again, your finances ready, so that when you come out to somewhere like Granada, you can basically offer and sign that reservation agreement quite quickly. Obviously, as a lawyer, we'd want to see that reservation agreement before it's signed. But yeah, we can review that quickly and seal the deal. Okay. All right, Nick, that's fine. And some regions it varies region to region on who pays the estate agent's fees. Normally, it comes out of the sales price. Is that the same for Granada?
It works differently in Granada city centre. We are an English-speaking agency, but we tend to collaborate mainly with Spanish agencies here in the city.
Yeah.
Okay. So doing that, we work the way that the other agencies here in the city work as well. So the way that we work is half is paid by the seller and half is paid by the buyer.
Yeah.
So in theory, you will pay the exact same amount. It doesn't matter. Because, for instance, if you go for an agency that the buyer pays them 5%, you pay no more than that with us, but it's just split.
Okay.
So, because if you think about it, if I'm being paid by the seller, I'm not working for the buyer. I'm looking after the seller.
Yeah.
But this way, I'm working for both parties. If someone comes to me after the sale and they need help with anything, I'm more than happy to do that, because obviously I'm working for both parties.
Okay, understandable. Yeah. So in effect, and will you provide So in effect, basically the buyer, I mean, the buyer's paying the estate agent's fees out of the agreed purchase price. But will you send them an agreement up front so they know that if they do buy a property through you, they'll be paying X percentage of the property price?
So when we get an original inquiry for a property, whatever portal they come through, telephone, even a telephone, whatever, wherever we meet them, we will show them the buying costs for that property up front, which includes our fee.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
good. So
Also,
there's
when
no nasty surprises, Nick.
and when we advertise a property online, by law, we put at the bottom of the advertisement that the price does not include taxes, notary fees, or the agency fee.
Okay. I think you had a slide about the costs. Do you want to flick through to that one?
Sure, yeah. It's this is about right, isn't it? It's approximately 1% lawyer's fee plus
Yeah.
either, 7% taxes, depending on if they're living here or not. You know, if it's under a certain population per town, and if they're living here, then they can get it for 3%, can't they? The taxes as well.
Yeah.
I've had a few experiences where we've signed in other areas, and the notary fee is paid by the buyer, but in the Granada province, the notary fee is split between the buyer and the seller as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got the land registry fee as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, I mean, that to be honest, the Spanish law actually states that the law, according to the law, the buying costs are split between the buyer and the seller.
Yeah.
And then different areas have different customs on that. So coastal areas, it's usually the buyer will pay all the costs. And then the more inland you go, it's basically, like you say, notary fees. The first copy of the deed is usually paid for by the buyer. So
Yeah.
by the seller as well. So you get the seller paying for the first copy of the deed, and then the buyer paying for it as well. So they pay, like you say, 0.4% of the notary fees. Okay, that's interesting.
We also cover basic inland towns and villages. I'm going to show you some ideas of a couple of properties up in the up here as well. In inland towns and villages. This is one near where I live, which I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
Which is in a little village called Arenas del Rey. This is it's an ideal price for a holiday home. Do you know what I mean? With it, which is in walking distance of a lake, Lake Bermahalis. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom little village house, which has all just been renovated inside. So this is on for 79,000. Okay. This is a really nice villa that we just got on lately. This just came into the market last week. It's had quite a lot of interest. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom villa on a plot of 5,000 square meters. All legal, Alex, this one.
Oh, fantastic. That's what we like to hear, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's even got its license for renting it out as a holiday let.
Wow.
So, and this is on for 245, and that's furnished, open to negotiations, but it's in a lovely little place.
So that's amazing. I mean, it was that 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 5,000 square meters of land with a swimming pool.
It's got a tennis court as well. It's got its own well, a legal well with all the paperwork from the Water Federation, the deposits, everything's all legal on this one. So it's all ready to be sold as well.
And I'm based in Marbella, Nick. You struggle to get an apartment for 245,000 here in Marbella.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's obviously you're more inland here, but you can get to the beach within an hour's drive or 40 minutes. There are lakes around as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one thing I do find with clients as well, Alex, I'll say is to you, is a lot of people go, "Oh, we've heard it's really cold in Granada." That you're being lied to. It's not. That's just other agents trying to sell you their area instead of here. In my opinion, because it snows in the Sierra Nevada, but it snows at 1,500 meters above sea level. Where all these properties are, I mean, maximum where I live, this is quite high up. This is 800 meters above sea level. It doesn't snow here. It's not snowed here in about 5 or 6 years, and when it does, it's maybe one day a year.
Yeah.
So it's still quite nice temperatures, really. We are just really on the other side of the mountains from the coast. Do you know what I mean? So we're not that far away. So, but again, that's one thing that people need to realize is it's not that cold here, and it's not as cold as the country that you're probably living right now. So,
I think
and
that's the most important point, regardless of where you live. I mean, Spain's a massive country, got 17 autonomous regions. In Andalucia alone, there's 8 provinces. Granada is one of those. It's important that people have got to get out, come to Granada City, get a feel for it. Once they walk around Granada City, they'll love Granada because it's a very walkable city. Temperatures are good. Yes, it gets a little bit cold in the winter, and you can go skiing. But you go into a bar or restaurant, you order a tapas, you get a free drink with that, which is kind of a standard. It's a lovely city, but they've got to come out to Spain and see these properties, Nick.
yeah, that's it. Right. So for instance, I'm just going to talk you through this one, and then I'm just going to do a couple on the coast as well, just so you can see Granada coast.
Yeah,
So basic, this one is another villa that we've just taken on. This is near Loja. So Loja is a great place as well, I think, because it's bang in the middle of Malaga and Granada,
yeah,
Loja. And also with its train station, it's quite an upcoming place as well, is Loja. Okay. So this is a detached country property, 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with a swimming pool. It's got 13,000 meters of squared meters of land with it. And this is on for 250, sold fully furnished. This is a really good deal. All legal as well. It's got a tourist license, so you can rent it out. Okay.
well,
So again, it's look at that. That's a great deal for a property in the countryside.
yeah, lovely, nice wooden features there in the ceiling.
Uh,
Yeah,
the view,
wow,
that's what
yeah,
sells it, is the view, really.
yeah. Hang on a second, let's just go back to that Sierra Nevada one. That looked good.
This one here,
Yeah. So,
yeah. This was in the featured in the Times in the UK not so long ago.
well, has
Yeah,
it sold? Has it sold then, Nick?
no, it's still all our properties on our website. It's all done automatically, so it's all up to date. None of
Right.
these properties are sold.
Okay. So you've got a four bed there, 2 bath, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, and parking space in Sierra Nevada for €495,000. Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, some for 495. This is more. This is an ex. If somebody is really looking at to invest some money, this is a really nice one. And obviously, the apartments are bigger apartments. With having the four bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, you pay for that. For instance, if you look at this one, this is a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment in Sierra Nevada, all renovated. If you don't want to, this is 155. The good thing about these apartments is you can use them yourself, and you can also rent these for the whole ski season. This
Well,
rent every day of the ski season. Ski season's about. It starts from the start of December and it goes through to end of March.
yeah,
It's a really good season every year. Sierra Nevada is getting even more. It's getting more popular every year for people skiing there.
yeah. Funny,
Uh,
Nick, about 20 years ago, I was talking to my parents and saying, oh, we should buy a property in Sierra Nevada. And it's like, no, it's southern Spain. The snow's going to melt, climate change. There won't be a ski season in 20 years. And look, 20 years later, you're talking to me about property for sale.
yeah. I think it was a couple of years ago. It was one of the only ski resorts in Europe that had snow for a
Right.
few weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah. Costa Tropical, an example of what you can get in Costa Tropical. My favorite time, you mentioned my favorite time before, which is La Herradura, because
Yeah.
I love doing windsurfing. I'm a keen windsurfer, and that's where I do a lot, unless I go down to Tarifa. But Almuñécar is just next to La Herradura, and Almuñécar is a very Spanish coastal town. It's a big town. You'll know it well as well. Really nice restaurants there, nice coastlines. You've got water parks, got something for everybody in Almuñécar. Prices are really good. So 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, renovated apartment, walking distance to the beach, 165 grand.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
That, it's a really
That
good deal.
just can you flick through those? Let's have a look at some of the photos of that one.
Sure, yeah.
Wow, nice views there.
Look at the size.
Barbecue, and you've got your boxing bag if you want to get fit. And my favorite part of that is the barbecue and the barrel.
So again, like an idea of a villa on the coast that we've got here. We've got a 3 bedroom villa, 2 bathroom. This is on a plot of 380 square meters. So it's got quite a nice garden with this one as well. You can see from the outside. and this is on for 260. This is walking distance from the beach as well in Almanyaka.
Wow,
So, which is
amazing.
yeah, it's a good price. And I just want to show you this one because this is a really good deal, I think. And it's in an area not a lot of people know. So if you go past Motril on your way to Almeria,
Yeah.
you come to this area, which is Albunyol. It's a very Spanish area, but prices are mega cheap there. If someone's just looking for a cheap property near the beach, this is the ideal area. This is an attic apartment, a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, with a communal swimming pool, which is lovely, really nice area. Walking distance to bars and restaurants in the middle of the town. It's a very Spanish town, Albunyol, and this is 75 grand.
Amazing. That's a great price. Yeah.
Just a bolt hole apartment to enjoy your holidays. It's cracking
Yeah.
price.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay.
Brilliant, Nick. Anything else then?
I could sort you through them all day, Alex. I've got 2,000 houses.
Yeah. I'm afraid we haven't got time for that today, Nick. But you've given us a real great sample of some of the amazing properties for sale inland, down on the coast and up in the Sierra Nevada there. How I wish 20 years ago my parents had purchased that property up in Sierra Nevada. But never mind. Hindsight is 2020. Well, listen, Nick. What are your contact details if people want to contact you then?
So if you want to contact us, you can go to our website and you can fill out the contact form, or you can email us at info@granada-estate-agency.com, or click on the WhatsApp button and send us either a WhatsApp or an email.
Okay. And Nick, if someone was interested in one of these properties, where would they meet you? So, talk us through when people contact you, where would you typically meet with them to show them the areas and some properties?
So I do recommend when people come into view properties in this area that they try and stay in this area and get to know the area. I think that's an important part. It's not an area you can just pass through in a day.
Yeah.
So it really depends what area of the Granada province they want to view. But I will recommend them local places to stay. I can either meet them in the office or I can meet them at the property.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, and then basically you travel around. I agree. You've got to visit the area. You've got to touch it and feel it and sample it because Granada food, wine and drink is brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, Nick. Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. I'm no doubt that a lot of people will be interested in these properties, the fabulous prices, lovely views, and a lot of opportunity in Granada, which is, it's an uncovered gem.
Well, thank you very much for having me today, Alex.
My pleasure. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.